Move carefully.
Turn it up.
I'm asking questions. Answer me. This can't be.
Not bad. My turn. Go away. The show must go on. Let me see.
Have a nice time at work.
As the protagonist of your own story, it's up to you to overcome and forge ahead.
You learn to know yourself. Move carefully.
This song's for you.
My turn.
I've no interest in conflict.
Pretty good crowd today.
The truth of life and death, revealed in an instant.
This sanctuary is but a vision.
can't be.
Tough luck running into me. Let's rock. Gotta try hard sometimes. Watch this awesome move.
Ready to lose yourself? You can fight it or rock with it.
SAS per kip. Knowledge, the measure of truth and falsehood.
This song's for you.
Keep up.
Your answers? Answer me.
I don't want to be alone.
Turn it up. The show must go on.
For the theater of the mediocre. Move carefully. I'm asking questions. Test. 0 points. Flesh.
This can't be.
Cheese. Wanna go take some pictures? Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do.
which ones to pick. How do I know which...
La 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 la! Are you here to listen to me sing?
Are you hurt? Let me take a look. You came at a good time. There is something you can help me with. According to my patient records, there are a few that haven't come for their follow-up visits. It happens from time to time, but never as regularly as this. I'm a bit concerned. Have you heard of the Complex Illness Mutual Aid Society? Generally speaking, mutual aid societies like these allow patients to share their experiences and support each other. It's a way of countering all the negative emotional effects of being ill. But there might be more to this society than that. I've got a few patients who have started refusing treatment since joining the society. It certainly makes you wonder. And the most suspicious part is that no matter how much I ask, no one's ever willing to tell me anything about it. And that's where you might be able to help. It sounds dangerous. But what I want you to do is actually very simple. Investigate this so-called mutual aid society and find out what exactly they're up to. If I find out they're preventing me from doing my job, or if they're bringing harm to my patients, I won't just sit on the sidelines. Can I entrust you with this task? This little clinic has huge numbers of patients to deal with every day. If I didn't have you here to help me out, I wouldn't be able to focus on giving them quality care. Good luck. I'll be sure to thank you properly when you're back.
You. I've seen you in the clinic. You run errands for Natasha, right? Your cover? What are you talking about? Let me guess. Natasha wants you to persuade me to go back for a follow-up visit, right? What's the use? I'm terminal. Life will be over before I know it. Of course not. I read it in a book. Every book I read has descriptions that match my symptoms exactly. I can diagnose myself with a dozen incurable diseases before I get halfway through. For people in my situation, a follow-up visit is just a waste of time and money. Not to mention medicine. What else is there to say? Natasha was seeing me free of charge. She said I could keep a tab running for as long as I liked, then pay it back when I had the opportunity. I guess I'm too proud. You think I need you to tell me? Don't try and persuade me. I've already thought this through. Dr. Vash never charged me anything either. Natasha's great, but Vash was always my number one. Natasha's brother. They both used to practice medicine back in Rivertown. I heard he was a top student from the Overworld Medical Academy. Bellabog's main hospital wanted him. I have no idea what convinced him to set up down here. A kind heart, maybe. What do you mean? Dr. Vash was a people's doctor. He handed out free medicine. He even followed up with detailed questions on how he felt. The underworld is always short on medical resources. They say that Dr. Vash made all his own medicine himself. You think I don't want to? I heard that he passed away. I should keep my voice down. Don't go telling anyone else about this next bit. I heard that Natasha had something to do with Dr. Vash's death. They say she was jealous that her brother had stolen her patients, so she... It's just something people were saying. I don't think Dr. Natasha could do something like that. Forget I said anything. Since Dr. Natasha sent you over specially, I'll do her a favor. I'll go to the clinic for my follow-up a little later. Bye for now.
Avoiding a follow-up visit due to money issues. I should find another patient to talk to.
Where have you been?
What was that? Oh, you'll have to be louder. My ears aren't what they used to be. Everything's muffled. Is that what you're asking about? Natasha's a wonderful girl. She always gives me a thorough checkup. But at this age, it's rather a lot to bear. Even if they could cure me, I'm sure I wouldn't be around for long. I don't want to waste anyone's time. Not for youngsters like yourself. When you get to my time of life, good health is a bit of a luxury, I'm afraid. My husband had the same illness as me, but he never touched the medicine. He wanted to make sure I had enough. Then, one day, he said he needed to take care of some things at the mine. He never came back. He was forever saying he wanted to go before I did. Ah, selfish old fool. I miss him. Now that he's gone, who cares how long I stick around? Do you think so? Wouldn't he want me to hurry up and join him? Kids today don't give up easily. Okay, you win. It's off for another follow-up visit with Dr. Natasha, I suppose. Did you want to say something else? My ears are terrible. Virtual who? I heard you. Do you have to shout? No, I've never heard of any mutual aid society.
Where have you been?
Avoiding a follow-up visit due to her husband. I should find another patient to talk to.
Why haven't I gone for my follow-up visit? Are you a patient too, or did Dr. Natasha send you over? Who else would care about people like me? I don't need Dr. Natasha's help now. Tell her to save her worries and medicine for other people. A dispute? No. She's the only kind-hearted doctor in the underworld. I just don't really approve of her methods, that's all. Too idealistic and no real efficacy. She tries to save everyone, which means she can't save anyone. In the end, it's the patients who suffer, and she just tires herself out. Miners like me don't have time for lengthy treatment. If I can't take something and get right back to work, I may as well lie down and wait for death to come knocking. Did you, know Dr. Vash? His wonder medicine is cheap, and the results are immediate. You just need to be willing to take a little risk. Dr. Vash's medicine is different. Lots of people make a full recovery after taking it, but some get worse, and the unlucky ones check out early. Even knowing the risk, most people fight tooth and nail to get hold of the medicine. You know why? You're smarter than you look. When life forces you to the edge, you'll throw yourself at any opportunity, even if it means risking it all. For people like us, a slow and torturous treatment is the same as a death sentence. If it's between that and a quick result, we'll take the latter. Forget it. Why am I telling you all this? Dr. Vash is dead anyway. What? Now you're interested in the wonder medicine? Listen up. The Complex Illness Mutual Aid Society is still selling that medicine. I can tell you where they trade, but there's a rule. You must not tell any of this to Dr. Natasha. You hear? If you break the rule, you'll face the consequences. Here, take this. It's the address. A final warning. Do not reveal this information to Natasha.
I know where to find the wonder medicine. That patient didn't want me to tell Natasha.
Are you hurt? Let me take a look.
So the Mutual Aid Society found Vash's research results, and now they're selling this so-called wonder medicine to patients? Any organization doing something like this is interested in more than just mutual aid. I'm not surprised. They'll know that I'm completely against them using this wonder medicine. What Vash left behind is nothing more than reagents and experimental byproducts. The word medicine doesn't apply here. I warned the patients countless times, but it seems like they had their heads in the sand all along. No wonder they kept the Mutual Aid Society a secret from me. Thank you. Those patients weren't exactly singing my praises. Thank you for having faith in me. If you're curious about Vash's wonder medicine, you should ask some of the patients in the clinic. See what they have to say about the effects.
Some people say that Dr. Vash was a saint who came from the overworld to help those in need. I don't buy it. People's doctor, that's just what people who've bought into the myth like to say. Vash used to distribute free medicine all the time, but he couldn't have cared less about the people taking the medicine. The hard truth is that we were just his test subjects. It didn't matter if the medicine worked or not. What mattered was having a constant stream of willing lab rats. Of course, I can't control what anyone else thinks. That's just how I see it.
Medicine Vash left behind? That stuff. Can you even call it medicine? I know Dr. Natasha's here, but I have to tell it like it is. Vash had zero medical ethics. He didn't deserve the title doctor. He may have had the capability, but he didn't use it to help anyone. Whenever I went to see him, he never even asked about my illness. He just prescribed me his so-called wonder medicine. If it were you, would you have taken that medicine?
Are you hurt? Let me take a look.
Still haven't worked out how to convey it to you. The issues surrounding Vash. My relationship with him. The things he's done in the underworld. It's a long story. I'm guessing you've heard a lot of different opinions on Vash. What do you make of him? I want you to go and visit another patient, a victim of the wonder medicine. I want you to see the real consequences of abusing that medicine. Once you've understood her situation, come back and tell me what you think. After that, I want to ask for your help again.
Who are you? Who? And who am I? Where's my husband? And where's my child? Where are they? You know where they are, right? You don't know. They don't know. Nobody knows. Where did they go?
Come over here, child. It's best to leave that poor lady in peace. Let me explain. That poor lady. Both her husband and child became ill and passed away. Oh, not terribly serious, but they needed to get treatment every now and then, which did impact their livelihood. In order to try and rid themselves of the ailment once and for all, they bought some kind of wonder medicine. Who would have thought their condition would deteriorate so rapidly after they began using it? The two began to suffer terribly, such that death then became a blessing. It wasn't long before they departed this world, one after the other. From that moment on, she became as you see her now. If Dr. Natasha hadn't taken her under her wing, well, it doesn't bear thinking about. And yet, what more could have been done? They were warned about the medicine. They were told about the risks. And they chose to roll the dice. Talking about it tires me out. At least my husband and I are able to help her where we can. I just hope that one day she can lead a normal life again.
Are you hurt? Let me take a look.
Did you speak to her? By the look on your face, I'm assuming you've come to understand the wonder medicine all too well. Vash or the Mutual Aid Society, forces like that can take full advantage of the typical underworld state of mind. Let me tell you a story. There was once a brilliant overworld doctor with unmatched pharmaceutical skill. The doctor was set on developing a medicine that would steel the human body against the cold. He named his research project Blizzard Immunity. But his research met with obstruction time and time again, the biggest factor being a lack of test subjects. Tampering with the human immune system carries huge risk, and nobody in the overworld was willing to submit themselves to such experiments. As such, the doctor got in touch with his sister in the underworld, claiming that he wanted to support the medical effort below ground. Naturally, his sister was overjoyed. After all, as far as medicine was concerned, her brother had always been the standard she'd strive to attain. She brought her brother underground and entrusted him with her clinic and laboratory. I think you know what comes next. Issuing free medicine to the needy was just Vash's way of conducting experiments on his test subjects. On some level, his reagents were able to alleviate the patient's suffering, but nothing more. They would forget their pain for a while and neglect their regular treatment plans. The result? Patients with mild illness would attribute their recovery to the so-called wonder medicine, while patients with serious illness would quickly deteriorate, and sometimes die. I cannot accept that their fate was simply the result of misfortune or risk. No true doctor would accept that. That's why I want you to help me recover all the Wonder Medicine. Are you willing to take on this assignment? Thank you. This will be hard for the people that have come to rely on the Wonder Medicine, but it's up to us to remove this false hope. You mustn't hesitate. Recover every last reagent that Vash left behind. I'll take responsibility for the consequences. Don't worry about that. Go. I'll be waiting for the good news.
Stop right there. No one's allowed up ahead. Oh, playing the hero, are we? Is this a stick-up? Wait a minute, you're that clinic woman's lackey, aren't you? Did you think the Mutual Aid Society didn't have its own intel? She's after our medicine and sent you here to smash the place, right? Men, look lively and send this idiot packing already.
I've no interest in conflict.
You couldn't have done it without me.
That's it.
It's but a vision. Break!
Turn it up.
Well, look who we have here. Your reputation precedes you, outsider. I didn't take you for a bandit and a thief. You listen here. I'm the president of the Complex Illness Mutual Aid Society. The medicine we hold here is lifeblood for many of our members. Are you sure you want to deprive them of that? Those poor patients. Along comes a life-saving wonder medicine only to be snatched away by a shameless bandit like you. The underworld is full of sickness. What would happen if we left it all to that clinic to treat? My Mutual Aid Society has relieved that doctor of patients at the end of the road. Shouldn't she be thanking me? Seems like you are quite bent on dismantling our operations, aren't you? Fine, seeing as you came all this way, it'd be rude not to give you the opportunity. Men, seize the medicine thief!
Here! Watch this awesome move!
Knowledge, the measure of truth and falsehood.
Blast it! What did we ever do to you? Why are you taking away our moneymaker?
Moneymaker? So you admit it then? You're not in this to save lives, you're in it to get rich.
What are you doing here? Oh, as if we didn't have enough trouble already.
Selling fake medicine with false kindness. You should have expected trouble to find you sooner or later. I have a responsibility to protect the well-being of my patients. Or to put it another way, I must eradicate any and all threats to them.
You can't save everyone. The underworld is teeming with sickness. How could you possibly pull it off?
You're right. I can't save everyone alone. But if I must, I would sacrifice food and sleep to treat them. The debt that Vash owes to the underworld rests with me. All I can do is help everyone to the best of my ability. To the very end.
So stubborn. In that sense, you're no different from your crazy brother.
I'll take that as a compliment. Thank you. Your actions today have saved many underworld families. I'll find a way to dispose of Vash's leftover reagents. Next time the Mutual Aid Society wants to whip up a quack cure, they'll be out of luck. Let's go back to town. I still owe those...
Huh? Finders keepers. Wanna go take some pictures?
It looks like the patients have surrounded Natasha. Let's hear what they're saying.
What are you saying, Doctor? The wonder medicine is out of supply?
Correct. That medicine is a wolf in sheep's clothing. Wildfire has cut off the supply chain. Your ailments need rational, scientific treatment. Relying on pseudo-medicines will only worsen your condition.
Rational and scientific, huh? The way I see it, you're just jealous you lost your patients.
How dare you speak to Dr. Natasha like that? Where are your manners?
Ma'am, please think for a moment. How can you still be siding with her? That wonder medicine was working fine for us, and now it's gone because she wants it to be? How can she...
I understand your anger, but as your doctor, I ask you to trust my judgment. I will find a way to access more medical resources and help you through your struggles. If I must, I'll get help from the surface.
The surface. I almost forgot that you were an overworld big shot.
Have some respect for Dr. Natasha.
If it's respect she wants, she better find a replacement for the wonder medicine fast. If not, I'll tell everyone about how she set up Dr. Vash. I'm out of here.
Are you hurt? Let me take a look.
Oh, you're here. I apologize. That must have made for uncomfortable viewing. I'm okay. If I were in his shoes, I may well have had the same reaction. Now I need to focus on treating the patients and dispelling their doubts. Let's leave it for now. I'll feel a lot better once I've gotten rid of this mess that Vash left us. Now's as good a time as any to tell you Vash's whole story. If there's anything you want to know, don't hesitate to ask. No, but I used to think we were so close that we may as well have been. actually grew up in the orphanage. It wasn't until I was adopted by an overworld family that life changed for me. My adoptive mother always saw me as her own flesh and blood, and Vash loved me like a sister. That is, while we were still young. My adoptive parents belonged to a prominent medical family. As kids, we were exposed to all kinds of medical texts. When we were older, both of us got straight into Belobog's medical school. We were on a path into the medical profession. He was gentle and introverted. But when it came to work, he could be absurdly obsessive, like a completely different person. Whenever I made a mistake in an experiment, he'd bite my head off. And then a while later, he'd apologize and comfort me. He was conflicted in that way. I didn't know he had leftover reagents in Rivet Town. I was shocked when you told me. If you fail to make a clean break with the past creeps up on you. That's a long story. Ever since he was little, Vash had always wanted to develop a medicine called blizzard immunity. He saw the human body's vulnerability to cold as a disease, and wanted to cure it so that humanity could survive the eternal freeze. If he succeeded, people would be able to leave Belobog and rebuild their homes in the snow plains. To be honest, I never understood how he'd achieve that blizzard immunity. But I do admire that vision and perseverance. I always chose to believe him, ever since I was a kid. I knew his research in the overworld wasn't going well. I used to write to him and ask him to come down and stay with the kids in the orphanage for a while. I thought it might help take his mind off his research. But I was too young to know what long-term frustration could do to a person. It changed him in a terrible way. During his stay in the underworld, he met patients affected by fragmentum corrosion with mild symptoms. Compared with non-patients, their bodies reacted differently to hot and cold. And that fascinated Vash. He began to simulate mild fragmentum corrosion, thinking that it could lead to breakthroughs in developing blizzard immunity. Those reagents of his aren't cure-alls for critical illness. That doesn't exist. Vash made the reagents to mitigate the suffering of his patients in the short term, a convenient way for him to observe changes in his test subjects. But behind my back, he had been doling out the reagents to residents who were kept in the dark. When it finally struck me that something was wrong, his terrible research had already turned him into a madman. Indeed. And it all happened under my nose. How ridiculous. My judgment was clouded by trust in a loved one. When his experiments were exposed, I spent a long time with Oleg discussing how to handle the aftermath. This was shortly before the underworld was sealed off. There were hardly any Silvermane guards remaining. We spent ages trying to find a way to handle Vash. In the end, Oleg suggested that we banish him and permanently deny him access to the underworld. Had his victims found out the truth, Vash would have been torn to pieces by furious underworlders. I was young and weak at the time. Oleg must have worried about how I'd react to such a scenario, or he wouldn't have suggested banishment. Looking back, it wasn't. He deserved much worse. Oleg and I took Vash to the overworld. He made his final request to us. To take him outside the city to the snow plains he'd always wanted to conquer. His figure gradually disappeared into the snow curtain. I've been telling myself that Vash is dead ever since. Forgive me. I'm not good at telling stories. Vash was a terrible brother and a worse doctor. That's all you need to know. Let's call it a day. Thank you for cleaning up the mess my brother left behind. Here, for your trouble.
Interested in signing with yours truly?
Hey, you! Interested in signing with yours truly?
Ticket?
Wanna go take some pictures?
I wish you all a journey that is free of illness.
Alrighty, I'm gonna switch to the new game. It's on Honkai as well. We're gonna watch this while my game apparently uploads because it is apparently not on here, even though it should have been. So we're just gonna watch. Should we find someone playing this game? Yeah, let's do that. Let's see. Let's see who's playing this game and we'll watch. A guy. Should we watch him?
メニューを減らすしかなかった。いいえ、そう言わずに。本当に美味しかったですよ。最上級の食材を使ったからね。しかしそのおかげで、僕は体を動かさなければと思ってここに来て、あなたに出会えた。
I need to start working out too. That's what I'm thinking from this conversation. But this conversation makes me think like how I need to start working out again because of what Einstein said. It like if she doesn't work out, like it's important to make you feel better, like being active. But at the same time, I'm thinking of Huhua and how much I like food. But also she is working out. And the best combination is to work out and eat well because you lose what you eat. And you also gain muscle. And you have a good, like, health. But time! Raksha translation from some South countries means something like demon. I mean, sure, you can call him a demon. I would.
確かにソルトレイク基地自体がかなり広いですから。普段技術スタッフと戦闘スタッフは食堂でしか顔を合わせません。ああ、だからこうして世間話をする機会もめったにない。深さん、60年以上も前の話になってしまうが、この間古いものを片付けた時にこの本がまだきれいに保存されていたことに気づいたんだ。これはもともとはあなたのものだと思うんだが。
Eh? When Einstein pulled an old hardcover book with yellow pages out of his bag, Fuhua was amazed. His bag? Am I tripping? Isn't Einstein a woman? Or is it about the pronouns? 'Cause I'm confused. I think the book is going to be showing like something from the past with Shushang, and then she's gonna remember something, and then she's actually gonna be astonished when she finds out what's happening. Okay, Ayn is a woman. Yeah, okay. 300 Tank Poems. 300 Tank Poems was a poetry anthology well known by the people of Senjo. The copyright date was 1955, the year that the North American branch broke away from Sixo.
これは私がロンドンにいた頃あの人に送ったもの。
Oh, it's about...
当時あなたは彼に愛潤すに泡をもってするわ公庫に愛忘るるにしかずと忠告したがやっぱり記憶こそが一番大切なものだ。
They are?
少なくとも僕はそう考えている。カール先生、エマ先生、それからジョイス。彼らが僕の魂の奥に残した印が今までの僕の生き方を決めたんだろう。もちろん僕にとってもっと幸運だと思うところはテスラ博士のようなお人よしがここ数年そばにいてくれていることだけどね。
You are all very lucky to have Tesla around you, let me tell you that.
それは間違いありません。移り変わっていく曖昧な記憶よりもたとえ腐れ縁だとしてもそばにいる友人の方が何倍も光り輝く存在です。彼らの命がすぐに消えてしまうとしてもです。
Oh, wow.
人は過去の苦しみや未来への幻滅のために今の幸せを拒むべきではないのですから。
This is one of the most important lines I have ever heard in Honkai Impact. And in a game in general, if I have to go this far, it is. People should never reject happiness in the present because of past suffering or disillusionment with the future. We all have, not all, but like everyone has their own past. And everyone has things from the past they want to forget that have caused them pain. And in a way shaped them to be who they are right now. But what you do with your present and how you build your future, it's up to you. The future is unknown, but you can always aim towards a goal. All you gotta do is try to go through the things that have caused you pain and have traumatized you or caused you a lot of pain in general. Like, extremely...
Scratchers presents Playful Ways to Scratch. Scratchers from the California Lottery. A little play can make your day.
Protect the skin you serve in.
The skin you defend in.
Protect your skin with La Roche-Posay's ultra-lightweight sunscreen with antioxidants.
To defend against skin cancer.
And prevent visible aging.
Every day is a sunscreen day.
Talenti Alfonso Mango Sorbetto Mini Bars. Made with 100% real fruit and only 45 calories per bar. Talenti, raise the bar.
T-Mobile savings, take one. Guys, focus. Here's the line. At T-Mobile, you get tons of benefits, and you can still save versus the other guys. Focus.
Hello, T-Mobile.
Oh, that you might okay, stop. Just say it like this. At T-Mobile, you can save on every plan, and you get great benefits with Magenta Status.
Magenta Status.
Yeah!
I'll show you my Magenta Status.
Okay, I'll just do it. Check out the T-Mobile Savings Calculator. See how much you can save. And right now, we'll even pay off your phone when you switch.
stay put and procrastinate. You can't do that. You have to move past them. You have to work on moving past them. OBS has screenshot ability. I think it does, yeah, but I always click an application for the computer. But it's okay. Just remember this line. If you ever feel like you're stuck and you have too much baggage or too many things in general holding you back. The second part is also important, like disillusionment with the future. Many people make the mistake of thinking that their future is settled. Like, I live in this country, I live in this area, my family is this, I'm in this condition with money. There are many obstacles, but you can't really tell how your future will be. All you can do is striving to make it a better future. That didn't sound that great, but you get the idea. Anyway, enough yapping, I keep going. It was just extremely important. Extremely good. Thank you, Fuhua, I love you. Let's go.
まさに人事に大社あり、往来して古今をなすという詩のように。
My god. I love her. I love her. Please come to Stariel. So I see more of you.
それは当時あなたが僕たちのために残した言葉。
はい。今考えると、あの時もう詩人が感極まって涙を流したのは、周りの友人たちの輝きを感じたからでしょう。数千数万年の間にいた誰かのように、命の炎が急に消えたり、徐々に温度を失っていったりするようなことがあっても、命自体は過去でも未来でもない。ここの言葉を借りると、おそらくそれはずっと現在進行形なのだと思います。
ありがとう。
はい。
あ、僕の思い出話に付き合ってくれてありがとうという意味だ。それに今のようにのびのびと生きているあなたの姿が見られて本当によかった。数十年前の記憶を思い出した時にほっとできる。
I wish everyone had a Fuhua in their lives. It would make it a better place immediately. It would help with guidance a lot. Yes, all the characters talk about time. Yes, I noticed that because I think it's all about Otto and how he hasn't moved past the losing of his love of the person he loved. Like, he's trying so hard to change something that happened in the past that is like done. He couldn't move forward. He could not. He just could not. And I think that's why all those conversations happen, because I think Shushang is also going to have her own part in the story that's gonna be again about what happened, and her own story, of course, with Fuhua. But we'll see.
もちろん、もし彼ともう一度真夜中の星空を見ることができたら。
You would?
すまない。少し話が支離滅裂になったようだ。僕は今すぐトレーニングを始めるべきかもしれない。
Who wouldn't? Who wouldn't want to go back in time and see someone they love and has now gone, is like now gone? Like, who wouldn't want to go back and be with someone one last time and say words to them that they never had the chance to? It's just that it's impossible. It's impossible. It's extremely painful, but it's impossible. That's why you need to take advantage of everyone you have around you and tell them the things you feel and you want to say. Otherwise, that's it. We never know like how life is gonna go, so take advantage.
では、深さん。機会があったら、また話そう。
It was as if a lonely bell rang in her heart. Although the girl had initiated the conversation, she was the one who looked for a way to end it. And as the warrior stood there, she felt the great significance this time of hope and peace had for the people around her. Even though the incident of the Herser of Dominance didn't end well, mainly because the Herser core was unaccounted for. Even though everyone knew more difficult challenges lay ahead, everyone seemed to be in a tacit agreement that they should enjoy their what's the word? relatively peaceful lives at the moment. That's why Honkai Impact 3rd players want to watch much new Honkai Impact 3rd streamers. I hope it's a good experience. I hope people enjoy my videos. I still need to upload a lot of them, Lystrikos. The warm water invigorated her and she was momentarily lost in thought. Warriors don't dream, and she had no personal aspirations worth putting her energy towards. This wasn't because she already had powers that exceeded those of ordinary people. Even when she was a student 50,000 years ago, she lived a simple life like this. This mindset sometimes made her seem like an unassuming person without strong opinions. Yet it was also this mindset that would later turn her into a ruthless fighter. Okay. That naive girl, that warrior who only followed orders, that dangerous celestial, that precocious class monitor, that confident of the Sixel overseer. Those were all her, and yet none of them were. Because she's trying to find herself. Because always she felt a burden. She felt like she had to do something. She was meant to do something. That's what she always felt. But what does she really want to do now? Who am I? This unanswerable philosophical question was perhaps even harder for her than for others. So when facing that unconventional Herser, born from her own body, she was perhaps the least surprised of anyone around her. At least she thought she could face this spirit born from the same source as her without prejudice. Although from her counterpart's perspective, the old-timer had just provoked her again and again. 2 months ago, along with the victory, the Herser power stolen by the Herser of Dominance returned to their original core. But this time, that shackled version of her chose to use even more extreme methods. She cut off all energy flow from the chains, rendering the core of the Herser of Sentience useless. She said that she didn't want to hear one word of apology from the old-timer because those sentimental words would become a burden.
音信不通になってしまった彼女がやはり少し心配です。しかしこれもどうしようもないことなのでしょう。
Between a rock and a hard place.
あの頃の趙羽。
趙羽。
そして昔の学園長のように。そういえば最近は学園長とゆっくり話す機会がありませんでした。お風呂に入った後、学園長のところに行ってみましょう。
Anti-entropy, Salt Lake Base, landing pad for Hyperion.
学園長。
She's thinking of Otto, isn't she? She's really out of it.
ハイペリオンの日常メンテナンス作業を確認しているんですか？
そんなところかしら。まあ単にじっとしてられないだけって思ってもいいわ。支配の律者のコアは行方不明になってしまったけど、ここ2ヶ月間崩壊関連の事件は3件しか起きていない、確かに私たちは律者を倒したけれども、こういうわけのわからない平和な状態は
There's no way she believes that Otto is gone. I think she knows he's somewhere. The music. In the dorm, she's still apologizing to Santi after chapter 25? Oh, that's so cute. I love Santi. I love Santi. I think there's going to be a very emotional thing coming up with her and Santi.
全文明でもこういうような何とも言えない違和感がありました。第11律者の誕生前のことですが、その後はいいえ、こういう比較はするべきではありません。今の私たちはもうあの時の過ちを犯しませんから。
Reminiscing about the past again.
キアナたちもベルトもみんな優しくて大人で理性的だからね。
学園長、どうしましたか？
フカ、私はどんな人だと思う？最近ずっと考えているの。ほら、おじい様は500年以上天命主教の座にいるでしょ。ずっと不当な手段で物事を行ってきたわけじゃないわ。若い頃のおじい様はいいこともたくさんしてきた。孤児を引き取ったり、人々のために援助を求めたり、残虐な善人の主教を転覆させたり。
Second doubts, trying to understand how can someone who has done good things is now doing the opposite. Can people really change that fast? Or fast? Fast. But it's very complicated. People are very complicated.
そう考えると、私が決めたことの多くは知らず知らずのうちに彼の影響を受けているのかもしれないと思うの。
Maybe.
セイフレイヤーを作ったことも、天命本部に反逆したことも、かつてのおじい様がしたこと、結局のところ全部彼の考えだったのよ。でもこのままじゃダメ。違う道を歩くには彼の真似をしちゃいけない。ただ彼が私の中に残したものは、私が考えているよりずっと多いのかも。
It's inevitable to not be affected. Like what? It's inevitable to be affected by someone who you spent so much time with, and who was such a figure in your life. Don't overthink what you have done and why you did it. Try to think of what you want to do now is the right thing to do. I feel like everyone gets influenced by the people around them. Parents, like friends. But eventually, you can find your own path and you can understand what you want to do. It feels like everyone is questioning their choices right now. Everyone is questioning who they really are and what they want to do with their lives. It's like this point in the game that people are
なたたちの力を、その技術を、そしてその恐怖まで、全ては私のもの。この道、何かが違う。
戦いで自分の無実を証明することを許してあ
始めましょう。満足させてちょうだい。悪い子たちはどこかしら。逃げられないわよ。しっかり働きなさい。歯を食いしばりなさい。ひざまずきなさい。下がりなさい。最後まで共に踊りましょう。
怒らせる。あ、ネットちゃん。 めるなよ。眠い。ここで少し寝てもいい？負けるもの私を怒らせると猫ちゃん。これでだいたい片付いたわね。メイ先輩、メイ先輩がいてくれれば100人力だわ。100人力って私は超人なんかじゃないのよ。いいえ、メイ先輩さえいてくれれば100倍のパワーを手に入れたも同然よ。ほんと、そんなこと言うのキアナちゃんだけよ。これで強くなったわ。私がキアナカスラナだ。これ以上は手加減しないわよ。 何ぼーっとしてるの館長。本気で私に勝てると思ってるの？
ちょっと不安かも。了解です、館長。館長、次の目標は何？館長と一緒にいると安心します。了解です、館長。ちょっと不安かも。了解です。私まったくもう、ご飯を用意する時間がなくなるわ。
私の出番奪わないでよね。お腹すいた。
キアヌちゃん、危ない。
こいつ私が倒したやつじゃないの？本気で私に勝てると思ってるの？ロック&ローデットアタ私の出番奪わないでよね。ショータイムの猫ちゃん。ちくしょう、どうしてこんなに強いの？
こんなところで倒れるわけには。キアヌちゃんだけでも。
第三月者の活動反応を検出。
制限プログラム起動。
地獄に落ちるがいい。
メイ姉様、キアナ、ブローニャ、もっと急がなくては。
解読完了。
ブローニャちゃん、よかった。あなたも無事だったのね。メイ姉様。
起きて。元気出してください。
重装ウサギ 19C オブノビット。重装ウサギ 19C オブノビット。重装ウサギ 19C オブノビット。重装ウサギ 19C オブノビット。作戦会議をしましょうか。これで強くなったわ。これで強くなったわ。
キアナ、行きまーす。キアナ、ランクアップ。 何ぼーっとしてるの館長。
Alright, y'all, I'm gonna stop here with this one, and I will see you on later for around 6 o'clock-ish for some
お腹す
Fortnite.
いた。
You guys have a nice day.
メイ先輩のお弁当が食べたいな。